my hot take, and maybe
if the touchy-feely gay guy showed up again, Shepard, did you kill him this time? Not advocating violence against gays, but you know.
My hot take is people are not playing bards correctly.
Yes, they're not. A lot of the time they are not.
Bards are some of the strongest spellcasters, and not like the I cast fireball kind of way, but like you can use your. I once witnessed someone use their bard. If you go full bard, you don't subclass in it, like you don't multi-class in anything.
You get a lot of shit.
Because it's like your goal, there are certain classes where I'm like, you are just support, and it's bard. Any bard is just support.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, but
Cleric,
that doesn't mean you can't do cool shit.
Yeah, even war cleric to me is like that's a support character.
It's because people mistake support for not having like cool stuff or being like a main character. Like you can be a support and a main, like.
But so bard, cleric, ranger, in my opinion, is also kind of support, and any druid is support, in my opinion.
Sorry, I had to laugh because fucking Shepard's been dealing with this gay guy who every time he like approaches him, he like gets really handsy. And we're trying to be like, don't engage with that, and Desmond's like, look man, if they give you their hands, you can give them yours.
Yeah. Punch them.
Also, vicious mockery to destroy their mind is correct. Roll the fucking nat 20 and watch them cry.
I saw someone at one point use their full bard to convince someone to give them this secret weapon, then convince that person that the reason why alarms were going off is because this the person had made a mistake and had fucked something up, and it was their fault that the alarms were going off. Like another mistake had happened because they were the only person that read like a couple sessions prior that the reason why this person was in this like facility was because they had made a really big mistake and like had accidentally killed a bunch of people by doing an experiment. And so they used all of this and just kept convincing this person and using these spells. And I'm like, bards, like on the battlefield can do, because they have like you know, like shatter and all that other shit.
Yeah, they've got some stuff.
But like if you have someone who knows how to play a bard, and you like, listen, we need to convince all of these people to fucking like us, or you need to convince these people that we're not doing this bad thing. There's no other, like, yeah, like wizards, they have high charisma, but no. Bard. You pick up that bard, you shake them, and you throw them. Not wizard, sorcerer. But, like, you let that bard do their thing. And, like, I hate when people, like, use the bard for, like, the horny thing, because, like, I get it, right? It's funny, tee-hee. But, like, dude, bards are so
well, then that was actually like, gonna be one of my hot takes, is I'm so tired of horny bard. And here's my way to invert this, where it's like, no, you can totally run horny bard. My complaint is it's so obviously just I want to play this horny character, as opposed to I am going to use this for infiltration purposes and be Matahari. Like, in real life, they've just gotten pretty people or charismatic people in the past and just been like, your job now is to go seduce Nazis. Like, fucking do that! Like, like, have your character just be like, it's a job, man. Like, I look good. I do this for work. Like, like, you can run it interestingly. People don't do it. They just, they do it so that way they can flirt with everybody. No, you know what you do? You run the flirting with everybody because that's what your character's job is.
Yep.
Sleeper agent style?
It makes me really mad because bard can be a super, like, overpowered
bards get
class,
a lot of the time the ability to like, change what they look like, whether it's through a disguise kit or through magic, right? Fucking use it! Like... there's a bunch of different bards that you can run that if you, like, pick your, like lore bard, I think it is, gets, like, a big boost on stats. And it's like, okay, well, if you put those points, because you're already gonna have super high persuasion skills, if you put those points into, like, fucking sleight of hand and etc., you can just become the second rogue.
Well, that's another thing, depending on the bard, if you want to multi-class, like, in my personal opinion, if you're only going up to level, like, 6, like, 5 to 6, there really isn't a reason to multi-class.
Yeah.
Because you should, at minimum, have 5 levels in one class.
Usually speaking.
And then you can start. And then you can start popping, you know, the things into other things. However, my favorite multi-class set that people never fucking use is Bard and Ranger. It's so good. It's so good. Or like Bard and Rogue. Like if you give a Bard the ability to suddenly sneak,
yeah, it's great.
It's
because then you have your like Bard Ranger is just Robin Hood.
Yes.
So like there's historical precedence for these things.
Then you have people that just don't fucking use it, man, and it's like, come on. Also, because I am and this is just me being a snob, because I am a DM, so if you're like, hey, I want to play this character that's half earbulg, half goblin, like, sick, you can make them look however the fuck you want to make them look. However, you can only pick the stats of one parent. So, either a Fearbulg or a Goblin. Stop picking elves, man. Stop.
Elf is picked so often, not even just because it's like, people are like, I want to be an elf, right? It's because it's just a good mix.
It's like...
Do you want movement speed increases? Do you want fucking a free cantrip? Like, they give them too many good things.
If I am giving you the ability to... Well, here's the thing. You could still, if technically speaking, right? Technically speaking, if you wanted to be like, I want to be a half-elf. However, if you wanted to be rules Nazi on me, and you're like, technically the half-elf on D&D Beyond, or whatever you're making,
it's always just treated as human.
Half-elf, half-human.
Which is annoying as shit.
I would like to do a half-elf, half-bugbear, but I want to use the elf stats. But, like, sure, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You're just a hairy elf.
Me as a DM, it's like you could literally pick any 2 things that you want.
Okay, hold on. I need to address this. Elf is to default. I'm Bardic Yuan T. Rachel literally has a Naga Bard character, and like one of the things that keeps freaking people out is because she is a monster raised as a monster. She has eaten people, and they're just constantly like, please stop eating people off the battlefield. And she's like, no.
Like, I
love Yudo, they're great.
Yudo's a good girl. Because I give people the abilities to essentially do whatever the fuck they want character-wise, I get so upset when they limit themselves creativity. I'm like, dude, like, I'm giving you...
Like, why are you doing
so much here. I'm giving you literally so much here, and you're giving me nothing. Like, come on, man. It hurts my soul.
Well, it's like I was looking at a lot of the stuff, and like obviously like Baldur's Gate changes a lot of things, but it's like, man, a lot of those like new subclasses that they picked, I'm just like, these are these are like super fun as ideas, like fucking Circle of the Stars druid. It's like, yeah, I like druids and everything, but like I would appreciate like a more historical druid that isn't about a guy turning into a bear. Like a guy that looks at the stars and is just like pointing at them and being like, I built a rock thing that is like Stonehenge because I worship these things. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Also, yeah, no, Shepherd is like dealing with like absolutely the worst gays. I don't understand how he continues to find these people, but he sure does, man.
Also, I'm a big proponent of, for example, I had someone who really wanted.
Gant.
I had someone who really wanted to be a bard, but they didn't like the idea of like the whole singing, playing a musical instrument or whatever, so they did slam poetry. Which I was like, I'm here for.
I mean, here's the thing. You're saying like they did slam poetry, and like, one, the Japanese and the Norse have been known to do this, so you're not far off. I approve.
I have also had people I once had someone want to be a bard, and they were like I know this is it didn't take off because they were like, hey, things have come up and they couldn't play. Their wife, who was like expecting to be several months along, was just like, hey, these triplets are coming now, so he was like, I'm not gonna have time. I was like, fair enough, my dude. But he really wanted to play a bard, but he was like, can we somehow figure out a way to make it so I'm walking around with essentially an easy bake oven, and that's how I cast my spells. He's like, guidance is me shoving like freshly made candy into somebody's mouth. I was like, we can try to figure out a way. I'm like, especially because a lot of the stuff bards do is non-touch based, it's distance based. I'm like,
yeah.
We'll have to like figure something out.
You know what you're doing? You're fucking throwing them like a frisbee at them. Like catch it in your mouth, buddy.
Like, we were trying really, really hard to get shit to work, and it was a cool idea, but...
Oh, wait, hold on. Is that new lore, Shepherd? Hold on. Between him and the gay, black, Nazi lesbian. Is that why she wouldn't fuck you?
Oh, Shepherd.
That woman gets more interesting the more you learn about her, but like not in a good way. Yeah, no, but like I think that like obviously like try to homebrew and diversify your stuff a little bit if you're doing a unique setting. Like the idea of just tossing around cookies is maybe the funniest shit that I've heard of in a minute.
I really liked the idea that their armor was an easy bake oven. I was here for it.
I swear to God, every time Shepherd posts, there's like a moment in my brain where I have to buffer. Just, yeah, she told me she was a lesbian after I spent money on her. And then, Shepherd, was this the future wife you were referring to? Nah, that's a stripper.
Shepherd.
It's got me like high-pitched laughing. I'm not even feeling that.
Shepherd, your life confuses me so much.
Is Shepherd even real?
I really don't think he is.
That's so good, man. Like, there's so much in there to diagnose. Holy shit.
I don't think you need to diagnose anything. I think you just need to look at it, go, all right, and then continue on with what you were doing. You know? I don't think there's any helping. I don't think there's any helping this man.
Oh boy, Shepard, I respect you and all, but your life sounds like a sitcom. I mean, it's fair because my teenager life sounded like a shonen, or not like a shonen, like a shoujo anime. So like fucking Shepard having a sitcom as his like 30s is a good trade-off. Like I lost my interesting stories, but now Shepard gets all of his.
Yeah, but at least you had like a good outcome. I feel like Shepard hasn't had a good outcome in eons.
Yeah, but it did result in me having like a Disco Elysium period. Just without the drinking.
Here.
God. Need to figure out how to do the gift tubing soon, like your Gabue. It's just, the way that I do it's like the cheapo, I don't even pay for software or use a free one way. If you want to have that, Misty, it's just Fugitech, F-U-G-I-T-E-C-H. It's like, you log in using Discord, it reads when you're in the channel, and then if you're in the voice channel, it becomes like a little thing that lights up in the corner. You've used it before. You just haven't set up like a... Yeah, you just haven't set up an animated GIF for it, whereas, like, I made a GIF to react with it. See, like that is just a two-frame GIF that I made using GIMP. It's an existing image that Rachel did, and then I just made it do, like, a little wibble-wobble, and that's it. That's the whole thing. Whereas, like, Rachel doesn't have one yet. She's just this little possum, see?
Ah!
But she's working on gobbing out, as it were. It's coming, it's coming.
Give that already.
Her stuff is very cute. Have that set up for Thursday for Kudelking. Sounds good. Like, I assume that you have some GIFs that you can use, and like Fugitech does have some built-in, like, wibble wobble. If you're wanting to do, like, actual VTuber shit, you would have to get, like, VTube Studio, or, like, fucking this other software, or whatever. That's a whole different can of worms, you know?
Worms are gross.
Worms. Does jelking work, Shepard? Please. Please. Common sense, please.
I want to know what that means.
I mean, you could look it up and determine whether or not it's cursed.
It came from Shepard's lips. I'm assuming it's cursed.
Straight up asked if jorking it works. Pretty much, yeah. Misty hate worm, but worm I don't want to touch worms, but like worm cute.
Would you love me if I was a worm?
Can you communicate with me?
Yes.
I'm gonna look for a way to make you not a worm, but yes.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna look for a way to make you not communicate. That was gonna get really sad.
No, that's what normal husbands do with their wives. They try not to talk to them as much as possible.
Yeah, but I'm cute, so...
See, I wouldn't kill a worm in the way that I would kill a spider, because a spider, if I kill it, I know it's gone. Whereas the worm, if I throw it in the backyard, the odds of it coming back into my house are so small. Like, I would be confused how it even got here.
Well, it depends, because if you knew me as a child, you would know that
You're different.
The junk drawer in the house on rainy days would be filled with worms and grubs.
Were you bringing them in?
Because I would go outside and I would put worms inside of my pockets and I would bring them in and put them in the drawer.
Every Rachel story is like a new revelation. It's like, hey, you've been with your partner for like a decade. yeah, I don't know like 40% of their life because it's just equally unhinged stories. Like I tell a story and it's just, oh, you and Shepard did a stupid thing? Who would have guessed? But then with Rachel, it's like, yeah, did you know about the worm drawer? Like, no, I did not know about the worm drawer, in fact.
Did I ever tell you about how when my friend Heather and I, we pranked my dad, but it almost ended up with us having to call the game warden?
No, also hi, pasta.
Because of where we live, we have a game warden, which is like anytime like a deer gets hit or there's like a bear in the area, you have to go, hey, game warden. He comes and he takes care of it. So we one day were able to because we had 3 barns, one of which was like really, really small and it could only fit like 2 horses, and we didn't put the horses there because it was starting to fall apart. So I turned it into a clubhouse, right? Renovated it. It was so sick. But I was really mad at my dad. I don't remember why I was mad at my dad. I just remember I was mad. And so Heather and I had this grand idea to, because we live in the middle of nowhere, lure creatures into the barn, into the shed, like the clubhouse, and then tell my dad, hey, we forgot something in there. Can you go pick it up? And then
oh my god.
So first, we tried typical things because I was a pro at catching crows at the time.
Right? As you've mentioned.
But there's like holes in like the roof, so like the crows could get out pretty easy. Okay, it's like rabbits are lame. I really didn't like the smell of foxes, so it's like let's not try to catch fox. But what we were able to catch was a bobcat. So we got a bobcat.
What the fuck?
Put the bobcat in the shed.
She's fucking dying over there.
My dad was an asshole, so it was funny. Now, the shed didn't have any locks on it, so what we had to do was we 2 chairs up against it and like hooked them underneath the doors, like the handles, so the doors couldn't come out. And then we told my dad, hey, we left something in the shed, can you please go get it for us? And he was like, yeah, sure, but like, you could hear the bobcat. The bobcat was not happy that it was locked up.
Gee, I fucking wonder, like...
So, like, you hear, like, it, like, going to one side of, like, the barn doors and, like, shaking it, and going to another side of the doors and, like, shaking it, and then you hear, like, I'm assuming the attempts of it trying to climb to, like, the many holes in the ceiling, and falling down, and then so my dad, like, got halfway out, and then just stopped and looked back at us, and we're standing there peering outside of the windows to see Eventually, he just opened up the door and the bobcat fucked off.
Crazy. I do love the comment of, do you think God keeps you alive out of spite? Oh, this is bad. My balls, they don't hit.
We'll say, catching a bobcat real hard.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die!
Right. At first, we were gonna catch a cub, like a bear cub, because there was cornfields. I'm like, you know what, that's a real bad idea. Because I was like, we can't fend off a bear. We might be able to make it alive with a bobcat. So, you know those really big laundry baskets?
Yeah.
Like the really big one? We, Looney Tunes styled, propped this up. We put meat
Kill me
underneath. We went to like, because one of the game warden's jobs was to like put out like a newsletter, and like we have like this little convenience store.
Sorry, Rachel's trying to recreate the scene with the man and the lion from the Bible.
So we had like this little convenience store that no longer was open, but the game warden would put little signs being like, hey, like in this area we've seen this area we've seen this, be careful, because a lot of people in our neighborhood like just walked I mean, like, the closest neighbor was miles away, right? So it's like, you would just walk in the woods. So it's like, hey, be careful. And so we looked and we're like, we could get bears. And I'm like, I don't think we could fight off a bear. I'm like, a bobcat. We might be able to fucking fight off a bobcat. So we borrowed my friend Emily. We borrowed her golf cart. And we drove the golf cart through the woods, like through like the little walking path to where it was said that the bobcat's like territory was. And we put up one of those like really big laundry baskets, Looney Tunes style, and put like stuff underneath it. And then we sat, and my dad, because he was in the military, had old ghillie suits. So we had a we were wearing my dad's ghillie suits, and we were just chilling in the woods for hours. Eventually, the bobcat came by, ate the food, he pulled the thingy, the bobcat's freaking out, and we had to act quick. So I got on top of it. On top of, like, the laundry basket. And thankfully, I was a heavy child, so my weight was able to hold down. I mean, it was still thrashing. I was able to hold down the bobcat, and we had to wait till it calmed the fuck down. You know when you catch a spider and you try to slide a piece of paper underneath the glass? We did that, but with drywall board. We slid it underneath, right? And then I somehow got it onto the back of the golf cart where you hold like the fucking oh my god, what the fuck are they called? The clubs. And we had to drive all the way back home. Let me tell you, getting the bobcat from the golf cart through the shit. There was a reason why my parents made me get frequent rabies shots.
Rachel is like unveiling how much of a redneck she is.
Yes. And autistic. I feel like a neurotypical person would not be doing this. Like picking up grubs and or the fact that I would go out at nighttime and I would catch bats and I would purposely put them in the attic.
Yeah, again, you need purposely put them in the attic is so fucking stupid. I was gonna say, like, no wonder you needed rabies shots, but then it became dumber, like...
Because I wanted friends.
If you end up quitting the law firm, consider seeing if any kitten rescue areas are hiring. You'd probably be real good at trapping feral kittens. Did you put the bats in Nick's attic?
Oh, I put them in my attic. Snakes, too. Oh, so in our basement, because we had a semi-finished basement, which means only part of the basement was like finished, the other part was dirt. I purposely dug. And I was able to hide it for about a couple, like maybe like 4 or 6 weeks. I dug a hole in the dirt part, deep enough that I could fill it with water.
Oh,
and, like,
Lord.
the water wouldn't really go anywhere, and I would put salamanders there, and I had a little sign that said Salamandertopia. I would keep salamanders. I would purposely go down to the creek where I knew they were chilling, and I'd pick them up, and I put them in like little Ziploc bags that were filled with water, and I would hurry home, and I'd pour them into the water. And they did they did pretty good. I don't think any of them died. If they did die, there was no bodies. I saw. Like, if backpack leashes were a thing when I was a kid, I have a feeling my parents would have put me on a backpack leash.
I love Rachel's stories. They get so unhinged.
Listen.
They advance pretty far, pretty fast.
It's all when I was a child. I calmed down when I was older, except for when I got the sword in the.
The stories don't calm down though. You did. The stories don't.
I got I got a sword in the eyeball. That was fun. My friend and I found like an old, rusted, like LARP sword that her dad had
of course,
from, like,
it was
the
rusty.
80s. And it went underneath my eye, like the actual eyeball went underneath the eye, but didn't penetrate, like, didn't cut anything. And so we had to drive to the ambulance because they were told, like, hey, do not remove the sword. It could fuck something up.
Yeah, you don't want to, you know, move it.
We had to drive to the ambulance with a sword in my head, and then I had to walk into the ER with me holding the sword, like, hi, I'm here to get this removed. Like, literally the lady was like, hi, why are you here? And then my whole family looked at her like, what?
Like, you're gonna regret asking this.
Like, there's a sword in her eye. Oh, when Heather saved me from drowning, because I went out on ice.
I hate to say I think that one's not uncommon for a lot of people. Dude, why is it that these two just can't seem to win here? Like, what the fuck's going on?
I went out because I saw what I thought was an animal on the ice, and I wanted to go pet it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Pick it up. And I walked out onto the ice, and I was like, it's just a rock, and then I fell, and like the ice immediately gave out, and I fell into the water. So Heather had to pull me out.
I swear to God, like...
I gotta swear to somebody, because God, if, like, what are those fucking angels? If guardian angels are real, mine are tired. Mine are tired, especially like I woke up today and I was like, oh, my jaw hurts.
Okay, simply kill me again. Get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm gonna come in here with different teams and I'm not gonna min-max. Rachel, how not a part of the dumb ways to die PSA.
I got that redneck look, baby.
Redneck luck. I got that redneck luck.
Oh, I fell in a well. And I just sort of had
No, you can't have a Lassie plot. Like...
I fell in a... Okay, let me rephrase that. My brother tricked me and I fell in the well. And then I had to wait for my parents to wonder where I went.
Lassie, what's wrong? Timmy fell down a well?
It really sucks. It was on a sheep farm and I was having a blast petting them sheep. It was to make it worse, it was a sheep farm on a church, like by a church. Like, we went to that church because we were looking for a new church. And I went and I pet the sheep. And then my dad's like, I don't think this is a place where we should bring our children.
I love the concept of needing to look for a church.
Yeah, you had to find a pastor that you vibed with. Because our pastor was cool. Our pastor drank wine and was just like, hey, people are cool and we need to like help like immigrants. And then the church people chased him out. He was cool. His name was Pastor Roy. We fucks with Pastor Roy. Then he moved, I think, to California. I'm like, you know what? That's fair.
Also, Gan, that's just food, but said wrong.
What?
Yeah, F-U-D. It is also not that, but it is also that.
What?
Vagina.
Vagina is not food.
Depends who you ask.
I was gonna say something, but we're streaming, so I can't.
You've said more than likely far worse.
see it later.
Are we really doing this right now? Come on, man.
Me every time my period starts.
Me existing as a woman under society.
I saw a video today of a man writing a lullaby for his baby, and I cried really hard, and I was like, ah, it's coming. I was like, it's on its way. The fact that I'm sitting here contemplating, like, oh, I'd be such a good mom.
There's 2 points in the month, and it's like when your hormones are at their highest and when they're at their lowest. And when they're at their lowest, you are like actively hateful of children. And when they're at their highest, you are like, I want a baby. And it's like, it is the most hormone-ridden woman I've ever known. Like my ex had some hormone issues, but like, you're the only one I've seen this bad. Granted, I do say that yours are worse than theirs were, but theirs were partly the reason we got kicked out of a store. Because they were, like, looking at, like, baby stuff and being like, look at the baby, super loud. And then, like, they were like, you guys are being too noisy, you need to leave.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever that obnoxious.
But they were, but before that, they were also running around like an absolute child. So it was, like, a combination of effects, you know, like... ovulation at DEFCON 1. Demonetization is the least of our worries. I don't get paid by YouTube anyway. They took away my money. So fuck them.
I don't really have, because you can't really keep track by the day because my PCOS changes it. But like...
Well, you can keep track of the approximate area, because when we go back and we look, anytime between the 17th to like the beginning of the month is the window for you. And it shifted, because it used to be the beginning of the month, and then it became middle of the month, and then it became the 17th, and it's like, over a decade, it's shifted, but it's, like, it's still mappable, it's just, it's erratic as to how early or late it will begin.
A hormone disorder, baby.
You should get, like, genetically sequenced. Because sometimes people that have PCOS turn out to be, like, intersex.
Oh, no, I'll pass. 'Cause I feel like that would open up a whole new can of worms for me that I'm not emotionally ready for. I don't think I could handle a guess what. I'd be like, oh god, something else I have to worry about?
My hormonal disorder is so strong it makes me go Super Saiyan.
You said that.
Gans.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
And do you have a hormone disorder, or are you making a goof?
Deals 100 to 200 damage the first time you get into melee attack range. Maybe I should use that more often, actually. Take a laser. I didn't really want it, but we'll take it. Probably too much testosterone.
That's what I have.
Yeah, but you're...
Oh,
bull mom.
what I had. I have too much testosterone, but then I got put on Lexapro, and now I got too much estrogen, and my body's going, what's going on? Now I got too much of both, but it's not like the healthy levels, so my body's just sitting there going, ah.
You have higher levels of both, as opposed to one lower, one higher.
Hmm? Yeah, my OBG's like, we might need to take you off the Lexapro, and I'm like, over my dead fucking body. Bitch. You could take that Lexapro out from me when I'm dead. I fucking refuse.
Take the Lexapro from me when I'm dead.
Listen, people were telling me how rough it was when I was going through the medicine change. Or like, yeah, there's not a happy person.
There's some streams of you just freaking the fuck out at people.
I'm sorry.
No, there's some of those from, like, right when I started playing Ball Pit, and it's like, you're just fucking going in.
I think I'm better now.
Yeah.
I have my moments, but that's because I have a vagina.
And also depression.
Yeah.
But I mean, same with me, so, like, you know.
I also can't really control myself when people are stupid, so.
I can't control myself when people are stupid.
You know what I mean. I'm not gonna say anything.
Depression is what you make it. I mean, unfortunately not the case for me. Because depression for me is I get like 6 hours of a really good stream and then I end the stream and go, I want to kill myself. That's hyperbole, but you know what I mean.
You only have a good stream when I am here.
Unironically, you being present makes the stream a lot easier every single time. I always stream better when I have people. There was a period of time when I first started streaming that Shepard was like always just hanging out in calls when I'd play like Dark Souls PvP, and it was always way better than whenever it was just me on my own. And I think it's because the nature of me as a person is that I don't really have a default personality. I'm just kind of a mirror. My default personality is just, you know, anger and, you know, frustration. And then lackadaisical disbelief. It's like, I understand it. I know that my default is boring. Chef Boyardee ravioli miss anything? Just the usual sort of stuff, you know? I wouldn't be too concerned with it.
My problem is with my depression, I don't like talking to people.
I don't like to do that by default.
That sadly includes Tyler. Like, yesterday was bad. Yesterday I was like, I don't want to talk. I think we're just gonna video because I'm tired. Talking is an effort.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, today at work, one of my supervisors was like, hey, what's wrong? You seem really sad. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just having a good day. Like, do you want to talk about it?
No.
I'm like, no. I'm like, well, we can always talk about it if you want to. And I'm like, no, because I know if I tell you half the off. This is
I hate that shit when people just tell everybody else about your shit.
So she kind of looked at me like wide-eyed, and I was like,
what do you want?
Like, oh, I might get called into the office about that tomorrow.
I think that if they were told that, they are not going to tell somebody about it, because it's going to be in their mind. Because they're like, well, if I go report it, then they're going to be mad at me. Also, the second character is in behind them like that, because it was needed to be crammed in. They didn't have any other room. I'm disappointed. The job for working with kids has been taken down. I'm like, God damn it. It's like, I could have walked to that job, man. It's like just down the street.
Bad. I wish I could trade, because I have 3 interviews. Sweet.
You want to know what's really fucked up? The bakery
mine is 100% because I have a driver's license. That's the only thing making a difference.
The really fucked up thing is that the bakery is also like re-advertising again. I'm like, you took down the one that I applied to, fuckers.
Again. They also just might be scams. A lot of people are just posting job postings because they're like...
Internally, they're hiring, and then they just will hire the person and then take the listing down.
Yeah.
Context on what, Desmond? There's, like, what Gan's saying or what we're talking about? The children job? Oh, there was a posting for a job working with children in my town. I have a degree that, while not in working with children, is considered, like, viable for working in those fields a lot of the time. And so, like, you know, I could have applied for it, and, like, worst case scenario, they would have just been like, hey, you need to go do, like, training for XYZ kind of thing. Because, like, I have a degree for, like, social services. So, it's like, I could work in, like, a counseling field. I just can't be, like, a psychologist. If I want to go to school again for, like, another 2 to 3 years, I could probably become one. But, like, the thought of going back to school makes me want to actually shoot myself. Noid's a socialist? I mean... I wouldn't say that I'm explicitly a socialist, but I say that I would agree with a lot of socialist policies. If the world is intent on capitalism, then, you know, socialism can be paid for using capital. So. But I think that's the Canadian in me talking, because Canada is a socialist democracy, so.
I also don't want to go back to school, but I know it's going to be good for us.
Well, also because you actually seem to have a real interest in that career.
Interested enough.
Which is weird, but, you know.
Why? Dead people are easy. I'll talk. My only problem is I'm gonna have to sit there and I'm bless you. And I'm gonna have to like get over my fear of ghosts.
Well, hey, at least you can you know, think of the fact that anybody that has been cremated could not be a ghost, because almost every religion has it so that way if you're cremated, you cannot move on back to this world.
Yeah.
Sometimes through the destruction of your soul, which is crazy. Also, yeah, a lot of school right now being dominated by ChatGPT makes me also want to rip my eyelids off. Because it's like, what the fuck do you mean? You just type it into the robot? Like, in another life, I'm a teacher, and I'm just, like, screaming at the children to stop using ChatGPT. Your future doctor is using ChatGPT to pass school right now. Hey, guess what? Doctors are already, like, famously known for cheating to pass through the exams anyway. And most of them are still usually pretty good doctors. It's just that the requirements to pass the exams to be a doctor are so outrageous that most of them just cheat. At least a little bit. Maybe not everything, but, you know.
Reading a little bit is fine, in my opinion.
Well, it's like, one of the things that I don't understand is there's a huge outcry against people doing, like, open book exams. And personally, I think open book is arguably a more, like, interesting way to do an exam, because it makes you use your skills.
Well, no, also, no offense, like, if you are a doctor and you do not know what is going on with the patient,
you have time to refer to things.
You will refer to your colleagues and to your texts and go, I feel like this might be an answer.
Yeah, open book application-based testing is the perfect way, in my opinion, because it's like, so often you run into these people that are like, well, you know, like, if you don't know it off the top of your head, and it's like, most lawyers will have tons and tons of legal documents, but also they have paralegals helping them. Like...
As someone who works in law, like, the attorneys will know the big things on the top on the top of their head. Like, a lot of the times, the small little things, they have to go, hold on, and they have to look it up.
Like, it's like,
also,
most people are always going to have these things.
People also fail to realize when you pass the bar isn't, like, if you're an attorney and you're like, I want to go into this, that's not what the bar is. The bar is everything.
Yeah, it's so much.
So it's like, you have to take a stupid test on shit that you're not going to even use. It's like, if you're going to be like a litigation attorney, you're not going to fucking know, like anything about, like, taxes, because there are tax attorneys out there. Like, you're not going to know that shit. You're like, no, I'm trying to keep my dude out of jail.
I'm trying to keep my dude out of jail.
I will say, so do you want to hear something that's going to hurt?
Yeah.
It happened today. And I have to be careful what I say, because I can't give away, like, too much.
Be as vague as possible.
Yeah. So, there are these things. One of the many jobs I'm in charge of doing, because my place refuses to hire anyone else, is we do these things called payoffs and reinstatements. So basically, like, if you're in foreclosure, if you want a payoff, it's like, how much is the entire property?
The whole thing? Yeah.
Is the whole thing, and a reinstatement is how much you have to pay to get back on track. Right? Typically, a payoff is more money than a reinstatement.
Makes sense.
Because a reinstatement's like, how many mortgage payments have I missed that I have to pay? And that also includes, like, any attorney fees, late charges, taxes, blah, blah, blah. And so I had a reinstatement come in today that I had to do. I was expecting, like, and so I have to do the math for it. I have to sit there, I have to put in, like, the bank fees, I have to put in all of the work we've done, figure out how much that is, blah, 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 blah. Get in the ass. I get a number. I'm like, that seems wrong. And so I take it to my supervisor, and I'm like, can you please look at this, because this seems wrong. She looks at the number. She's like, is this a payoff? And I'm like, no, this is a reinstatement. And she's like, that seems wrong. I'm like, that's what I thought. So I walk away, and then she brings it back to my desk, and she's like, no, that number's right. To pay what is owed and for them to go back to paying their mortgage is normal. I want you to take a guess. Typically, let me give you a range of what reinstatements typically are. $30,000.
I'm guessing this one's in the hundreds.
Take a guess.
Like 200, 300?
Higher.
Like $500,000?
Higher.
$1 million?
A little lower. It was $850,000.
That's crazy.
And here's the thing. I was like, maybe the property's in New York City, because that might make sense. It was in a city close to me. Nowhere near New York City. And so I'm just sitting there staring at it like, and it's because they kept taking, basically they kept borrowing.
Oh no! Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Try to pay off.
They're basically adding on to it every single time, but they're not ever reducing it.
And there's fees that come with that, and there's penalties that come with that. And so I'm just sitting here, because here's the thing, right? I was like, let me just see what a payoff is. So, like, what it would be to, if I'm not including all of these other charges and whatever, I'm just including, like, the house itself. Like, on market, what would this house sell for? The house itself would only sell for $85,000. So I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I just filed bankruptcy.
So they're in debt the amount that, like, you would pay on, like, a Canadian house flat on a thing worth, like, 1/8 that.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I would literally just file bankruptcy.
Yeah, you gotta dark side fill that shit.
Like, it was literally to the point where I'm sitting here staring at it, and I pull over one of the guys from the bankruptcy department because I sit right beside them, and I'm like, what would you do with this?
Simply die.
And he was like, oh, 100%. He's like, I would file bankruptcy. He's like, that's the only way out of that situation. It's like, it's the only way. And like, there are routes you can go over bankruptcy where you don't lose your home.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably going to be the route that they go with this, because like, even if the bank takes the home and tries to resell it, they're not going to make back nearly what is due. And so it's just one of those situations where you're sitting there like, yeesh.
Yeesh.
Also, I think the highest payoff I've ever had was 8.7 million.
That's pretty crazy.
That sucks doing. Because I have to sit there and I have to do the math. So basically, when I mean the math is...
I'm guessing that's a rich people problem that fucked up.
Nah, it was New York City. It was an average house in New York City.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was rough. But because people keep making poor financial choices.
I guess.
So every time we touch a file, we have to charge the bank for something that we do.
Yeah.
So, and some of these files go back to like 2015. So I'm sitting there for 10 years worth of attorneys touching a file, figuring out how much money I need to charge these motherfuckers. On top of all of the fees, on top of the escrow, on top of all this other stuff that these people have done thinking that like they're helping their situation, but they're not. And then you feel bad because there are some people, so like whenever you apply for a reinstatement, hey guys, little props if you ever go into foreclosure. If you ever...
Granted, this changes based on state and province, so...
No, No, New York is usually pretty lenient with their going into... There are people falling on hard times. But if you file for foreclosure, or if you file for a reinstatement or a like a loan modification or anything, your foreclosure stops. Like the process stops. So what a lot of people do is they'll file for a reinstatement. They'll pretend to get the money to pay it off by taking out another loan from somewhere, or taking out a loan on their house, and then the cycle repeats itself, because like once you pay off that reinstatement, you have about like 4 to 5 months before the foreclosure process starts up again. If you're like, hey motherfucker, it's been 4 months, why haven't you been paying your mortgage like you're supposed to? And then the process picks up again. And then they'll just keep repeating this over and over again, which is another reason why a lot of people have just a fuck ton of debt on their house. It's like, you gotta pay it back. Right? So it's rough. Some of the houses I look at, I'm sitting there and I'm like, jeez, dude. Like, file for bankruptcy. File Chapter 7. Just
do something.
You're gonna have to pay money no matter what, but bankruptcy's, from my understanding, bankruptcy is typically the cheaper option. In that sort of situation.
See you again. Have a good sleep.
Because, like, I myself would just cry.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. Now that you have, like, accounting experience and, like, housing law experience, there is a part of me that's like, I should make Rachel watch the entire, like, Darkside Phil discovers how to do housing stuff, because, like, he refused to just sell one of his homes and ended up in like massive fucking debt and bankruptcy.
Like, bankruptcy always
why is bankruptcy cheaper, was asked.
Okay, so you're always gonna pay money when you file for bankruptcy, and sometimes the bankruptcy won't. And I'm saying this from
this is not real financial experience for liability's sake.
Yeah. And this is like me overhearing from what the people in bankruptcy talk about, because it's not my department, so I don't really know it. But like, basically when you file for bankruptcy, it's you going like, I don't have the money to pay off all of this debt. Help. And usually what happens is, your fucking credit's gonna tank, right? And from my understanding, because there's different types of bankruptcy. There isn't just one bankruptcy. There's like Chapter 13, Chapter 7, Chapter 11. Different things for different... There's, you know, different cakes for different peoples. Different slices, different pies.
Sure.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you what, like, all of the like, different chapters...
Yeah, you're not an expert in bankruptcy law.
But it kind of almost allows you to do, like, a quote-unquote financial restart. My understanding, I think Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 are the most typical types of bankruptcy, or I think Chapter 7 is liquidation, I think Chapter 13 is a payment plan. But, like, if you file for bankruptcy, one of the nice things is, like, the moment you file, the state, it puts it on, like, your loan on, like, an automatic stay. So, like, automatically any collection action or, like, foreclosure proceedings stop. And that includes, like, if you're... So when a foreclosure is... I know this is, like, not answering your question right away, but I'm just going on a tangent here. Like, if your house is going into foreclosure and, like, say, like, the auction sale... Because typically what happens when your home goes into foreclosure, it's, like, a very long, lengthy process, and then it goes to auction, where someone can just buy it at auction. If it doesn't sell at auction, it goes back to the bank. Banks literally would rather you either, one, file for bankruptcy, or two, pay... Like, they would rather be like, I can only pay this much a month. What can we do? Because them going through the foreclosure proceeding actually makes them lose money.
It's legally more of a, like, an issue, because, like, financially they have to go through all of this bullshit.
Yeah, and you have to pay attorneys and all that shit. It's like, they would rather you go, like, I can pay... Like, if my mortgage is $500, I can pay $550 to try to play catch up, and they'd be like, fucking fine, whatever, we'll take it.